Hey guys, what's up? Excoundrel here, and today I have a video presented by EA Game Changers. It is a brand new unit reveal for Command & Conquer Rivals. They very kindly gave me access to an early build of Command & Conquer Rivals, so I could test out two new units, which I'm going to reveal in this video. It was super kind of EA to let me do that. I've really been loving the game. I pretty much play it every day, and it's just a really good, fun, quick game that brings me back to memories of my old childhood games playing Command & Conquer. Now, the first unit I'm going to reveal is the GDI response to NOD's artillery. It is the Juggernaut. Now, it can fire up to 3 tiles away and has massive AoE splash damage on the primary target that it fires upon. It is quite beefy for an artillery, about 3,000 health at level 5, going upwards from there. It is a slow-moving unit. It has a slow attack speed and a slow setup time, and it comes from the tech lab. It also costs 140. It is vulnerable to air attacks as it can't fire in the air, and it also cannot fire directly next to it. However, it is decimating to anything that is on the ground, including infantry, vehicles, and also buildings. It is a really good unit if you can protect it properly. So in this video, I'm going to show you, this is the move speed of the Juggernaut. As you can see, a very slow moving unit. You get it into position. It takes a little while to set up. Once those cannons extend, it is ready to fire. And at this point onwards, it will start to fire. Now you can see the primary target damage is pretty huge, and it has huge splash damage around its primary target as well, decimating infantry. This is one of the primary benefits of the Juggernaut. If I use my small Humvee or my Rhino to scout, I can see up to 3 tiles away, and this is the range of the Juggernaut. It is devastating at that range. If you can protect it and keep the enemy occupied a little bit further away from the Juggernaut, it is a very powerful support tool for a GDI deck. It does have its vulnerabilities, however. As you can see, it's super powerful when protected properly. It cannot deal with air units though, and anti-vehicle aircraft will take it out very quickly, so always make sure that you have some kind of air defense or can help body block for your Juggernaut when protecting it. And just as it is weak to anti-air units, it is also weak to being rushed and getting up close and personal. The Juggernaut is a long-range artillery unit and excels at long range. Unfortunately, because of the nature of its fire, it can't shoot in the tiles directly next to it, meaning that if you get enemy units up close and personal to it, it will go down very, very quickly. And that includes everything, not only anti-vehicle units. You can see 2 squads of GDI riflemen, although it takes a while to burn through it, he can't respond. The Juggernaut is stuck in this position, and you definitely need to support it with the correct units. If you have things body blocking and spotting for the Juggernaut, however, it is a very powerful tool. You can see here it is able to fire up to 3 tiles away because it is being spotted by my Rhino and my tank. Whilst the enemy is distracted with my own units currently controlling the point, the Juggernaut is able to completely decimate them and take them out very, very quickly. It's also very good at being able to control things even if you use your harvesters. In this situation, I just wanted to get my harvesters onto the point to make sure that I was able to contest it. And you can see my harvesters are tanky enough to take a bit of a beating from the Juggernaut alongside the enemy's zone troopers, which at the end of it, whilst I also kill their zone troopers, the splash damage gets their harvesters down as well. And because of the extended range of the Juggernaut, we end up cleaning up everything. So that's the Juggernaut from GDI. Let's take a look at what NOD has to offer, and it is the Giga Cannon, which is apparently the most adorable unit that NOD has ever created. It does look kind of cute, I guess. It is a fairly weaker unit in terms of health value than the Juggernaut, as you would expect, but it does come from the War Factory and costs considerably less. It can shoot up to 2 tiles away, and after 3 seconds, its laser will split across multiple targets. It is very powerful when left to its own devices, especially in those mid-range encounters. It also has its DPS ramp up the longer that you leave it. It eventually goes into full fire my laser mode, sorry to bring up a meme from about 2004, but it really does decimate people when it's kind of left and protected properly. Let's have a look at it in action. It moves a bit quicker than the Juggernaut, and it also sets up a lot quicker. However, it only has that 2 tile range, so when the enemy moves on to the control point, it starts to fire that laser. Now you wait for 3 seconds and that laser splits to nearby targets from its primary target. However, it switches and now it's in full laser mode, doing insane damage and ripping the vehicles to shreds. It is very, very good, like we said, against vehicles and against buildings. It is going to be vulnerable to things like aircraft and is going to be vulnerable to for infantry as well. Just to show you the kind of damage that it does when left to its own devices, I'm going to show you against this rockworm here. it really starts to blast, especially when it gets into full laser mode. You can see the damage done to the primary target is pretty insane. It actually even then starts to chunk through these harvesters as well. That is the Giga Cannon in full force. What is it vulnerable to, though? Well, very similarly to the Juggernaut, if you get up close and personal with it, especially with something like attack bites, it will just go down instantly. It's also pretty bad at dealing with infantry, which unfortunately means that it is fairly easily counterable from the early game with the barracks, or the Hand of Nod. You can see here also, when I get a Banshee up close and personal to it, it can't respond and goes down very quickly as well. A bit like the Juggernaut, if you protect it in the right situations and make sure that it's difficult for the enemy to get up close and personal to it, it is a very powerful tool. It just needs that protection to make sure that it's getting its full-fledged ability. In this fight, a lot of powerful units are coming my way, including the Obelisk, which you can see there. However, we have enough time for the Giga Cannon to go full attack mode, and it even manages to take out that building in the back, also freeing up the control point and getting me a massive Tiberium favor. Right, those are the two units, and this was presented by EA Game Changers. I've really enjoyed bringing it to you. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.